Welcome to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. I'm Giovanni Hampton filling in for Shonda Knight. Hello, Sheriff.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What a way to kick it off to have our program and today talk about something that is so important to all the citizens of Leon County. That is, how do we take care of the least of these in our communities? And we've seen so much in 2025 in terms of what happens in our community. We have a system now. We're trying to address the needs of our kids, trying to make sure they have the right kind of nutrition and able to make it to school. And we believe, as we talk about all the time, that this is about this entire community kicking in and assisting. That's why we have our affirmation all in.
Right.
And so as we start out this new year, it's important that we do this together.
Yeah, and I mean, we love to, of course, always have our officers and some of our personnel here on the Leon County Today Show, but being able to bring in our community partners says so much to that all-in method that you speak
Absolutely, Giovanni. It's not about us. I tell our deputies and I tell our staff all the time, it's about this entire community. And everything we do revolves around connections. How do we connect various components of our community with other components of the community so that we can have greater success for outcomes for the citizens of Leon County, Tallahassee.
Right, and you're not afraid of the some inequities that we may have in Leon County, even with it being having the poorest zip code. You don't shy away from that. You pour into the community.
Oh, absolutely. The fact that we have a zip code that's the most impoverished community in our state says that we've got to get the work done. That means that we've got to get together and work to solve that problem. And I'll tell you, the citizens of Tallahassee and Leon County have always been up to that task.
Yeah, this is going to be a great year. I am excited.
Absolutely.
I know you are. And many great things are to come. Can you agree?
We call this the year of balance.
The year of balance 2.0, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. Well, coming up next, we are sharing with you a representative from FarmShare. He's going to be here to join us to talk about how they are continuing to address any hunger issues in Leon County today.
Good morning. I'm Deputy Kelly with Leon County Sheriff's Office Uniform Patrol with your Crime Tip Tuesday.
A new scam has surfaced involving unexpected packages. Individuals are receiving unexpected packages disguised as a gift with a note that can be found inside with a QR code. Do not scan it. If you scan the QR code, it could take you to a phishing website that steals your personal information, or install malware on your phone, giving hackers access to your device. If you know that it is really a gift, you can keep it. If it is not, it could be a new twist on a scam that could steal your personal information. If you think someone stole your identity, report it and get a personal recovery plan at identitytheft.gov.
And that's your Crime Tip. Have a great day.
A 19-second conversation with a stranger online can put your child in danger of being exploited or abused.
Talking to kids about online safety can protect us for a lifetime. Don't wait. Talk to us today.
An email from the post office? How do they even know my email address?
They don't. This is a bogus email sent by scammers that looks like it is coming from the Postal Service, or even the Postmaster General himself. The email contains fraudulent information about an attempted or intercepted package delivery and provides a link to click on to find out when delivery is expected. But that click can activate a virus, which can steal personal information such as usernames, passwords, or financial account numbers stored on the computer or mobile devices. Here are some telltale signs that an email is bogus. It contains poor grammar or spelling errors. It states that immediate action must be taken or there'll be dire consequences. It requests personal information under the guise of reconfirming information. The Postal Service does not notify customers about package delivery attempts by email. If you receive such a message, don't open it. Instead, forward it to spam@uspis.gov and then delete the email.
Can I have this?
We all love to cut corners.
You're all set? Okay, great.
But when it comes to crossing the road, this is one corner you can't cut. Always cross at an intersection. Use the crosswalk pedestrian signal. And when you cross, be alert. Make sure approaching drivers see you and have enough time to stop. Drivers, you cannot cut this corner either. You're required to stop for pedestrians in a crosswalk. It is the law.
Really?
Yes. Alert today, alive tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
In 70-degree weather, it takes only minutes for the inside of your car to heat up like an oven. At 104 degrees, heat stroke begins, followed by loss of consciousness. Every year, almost 40 children die of heat stroke after being forgotten in a vehicle. A simple change in daily routine is often the cause. Look before you lock. Brought to you by Kids in Cars.
Welcome back. Joining me now is Sam Cotter, the Outreach Coordinator for FarmShare. Sam, for those who may not know or be familiar with FarmShare, tell us exactly what FarmShare is and how it all got going.
Well, we are a not-for-profit here in the community that serves several spaces throughout the state of Florida, down in Homestead, Orlando, Jacksonville. We have a Pompano Beach warehouse, but we also serve out of Gaston County. And it was basically started to help with food insecurity. And we now provide services throughout the Big Bend area, but we also serve from Pensacola to, we go as far as sometimes Tampa out of our area to help serve, insecure areas of food needs.
Now, you're the Outreach Coordinator. Now, explain for our audience exactly what is an Outreach Coordinator and how do you then engage with other aspects of our community as the Outreach Coordinator?
Well, my main focus and job is to try to find places to get food out.
Okay.
Naturally, we want to go places where it's in most need, like our 32304 zip code, which is the poorest zip code in the state of Florida, right?
Right.
But we also have needs everywhere. I mean, the Bible tells us that the poor will be amongst us always.
Yeah,
so we're not going to solve this problem, but we are going to put forth the best effort to do so. So I go out to churches, community leaders, folks like Marcus West with the county engagement office here in Leon County, sheriffs like yourselves throughout the area. We also go to Lake City PD, and we serve areas of our community with our leaders and folks who understand and truly are trying to help with, feeding. We have the one-day Big Bang, folks that call that they're going to have some sort of an event. But for our focus, we really try to help with folks that are trying to do this on a day-to-day basis. And we provide warehouse services for them, which means we bring food to their service location. But we also have agencies that come out to our warehouse and pick up weekly.
So, Sam, how does FarmShare reach those communities like you talked about with the zip code we're all familiar with? How do we make sure we reach the kids and those families in those kind of impoverished situations?
Well, that's I think the smart thing FarmShare did. They found someone like me. I am a gatekeeper and a stakeholder in our community. Through my agency, Carter's Corner, I've been doing stuff in the community for a long time. So I'm a known face. I'm a trusted entity, someone that folks don't see stranger danger. So when I go out into the community and I start asking people, how can I help them? They truly tell me where I need to go. And then because I'm from Tallahassee and I'm from this local area, been here all my life, we are able to get into certain spaces and find the right people to work with. It's really not about just dumping food into an area. It's about finding the right gatekeepers and stakeholders, going to different meetings, being in different spaces and places where folks can recognize what you do, but you also can see where they can help you with getting the food out and getting it into the right people's homes and not just throwing it out just to be getting it off the truck. We want to make sure that the right folks are getting food.
Sam, can you explain to our audience how FarmShare is able to, as you just described, move into so many different areas? For example, you're engaged with churches that
Yes.
are involved in FarmShares. Leon County Sheriff's Office has had FarmShare drives. How do you coordinate and make sure that no part of a business or someone that would like to participate, how do you make sure they have that opportunity?
Well, when they call me, I try my best to vet. I try to make sure that they are not only capable of providing that service, but they have the space and they also can get the food out to the right people. Because once again, just to have a FarmShare drive, just to say you did one is not really needed, right? We want people to come in and make sure that they get the right food. So I go out to these different entities and we sit down and we try to put together the best plan. And sometimes doing an event is not at your church. Sometimes these churches, they know other spaces in the community that are in need, apartment complexes, disability villages, the hospital, serving those type of places where people, like our frontline workers at our hospitals, they are the folks that are at the hospital day in and day out. They don't have time to come to a food drive, so we take it to them, right? And we say that only the staff at the hospital, first responders, can come pick up. So I try my best to make sure that we talk to the right people in ways of providing this service and not just having a food distribution. We try to make sure that the daycares and people in the community that are in need, that they also get this stuff. And sometimes that means me putting it on the back of my truck and taking it somewhere versus putting it on a big semi truck. I'll pull my trailer and we'll go feed folks.
You do a great job. Thank you, Sam. Up next, how you can help support FarmShare and get involved in the fight against hunger. Stay with us.
In times of stress such as quarantine, what goes on behind closed doors can be terrifying, but you don't have to suffer in silence. Help is here. Love is not controlling, love is not frightening, and love is not violent. Love is respect. If you need assistance or just want to talk, we are here. In Florida, call the Domestic Abuse Hotline at 800-500-1119 to speak to someone in your area. Or for more information, email the Domestic Violence Coordinating Council at dvcctally@gmail.com.
Another teenager, victim to fake pills. That smells like big crime that needs to be stopped. Before buying pills online, think about this. Should buying prescription pills be this easy?
Yeah, bro, I'm picking up. Same guy. I bet. Got you 5.
Think these pills are tested and safe? Think they're the same ones you get from a doctor? You know they're not. Did you know that fake prescription pills may contain fentanyl? And an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. Listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real.
Domestic violence knows no faith.
1 in 4 women experiences abuse in their relationship.
So most likely, there are victims of abuse in your congregation.
Don't think it doesn't happen in your church.
Or synagogue.
Or mosque.
Because it does.
It does.
It does.
Learn the signs of abuse.
And how to help victims.
Know the many resources available in our community.
End the silence on domestic violence.
Contact the Domestic Violence Coordinating Council or the Refuge House Hotline.
At the Florida Sheriff's Association, we are able to serve our sheriffs and Floridians thanks to our member support. The FSA Member Perks program was created to give back to our members for all that they do. Members enjoy savings on restaurants, vacations, golf courses, car rentals, healthcare, movie tickets, theme parks, online shopping, and more. With over 300,000 offers, you'll always find ways to save. To learn more or to join the Florida Sheriff's Association, visit fsamemberperks.org.
We're back with Sam Carter from FarmShare. Sam, what are some of the ways individuals and families can support the FarmShare effort?
Well, there are a lot of ways. We are asking if folks have access to canned goods and things of that nature, if they want to bring them down to our warehouse in Quincy. That is more than welcome. If you have access to management or you know folks at the Walmarts, the Aldi's, in different places and spaces that may have excess of food that is about to go bad in the store and they want to get rid of it or discard it, then please call us so that we can, come in. We're an open-handed agency. We're not really like Second Harvest where we get a bunch of government funding to provide these services.
Okay.
We're open-handed, so we take donations in from grocers, farmers, and people throughout our community that instead of them sending those farm needs back to the ground and using it as compost, those 2 and 3 tomatoes and vegetables and things of that nature, we get those things that come in from our farmers because the grocery stores don't want them because they can't sell it.
Yeah.
So we take those, those irregular items and then we put it back into the community. All of it is still good. The tomato just might not be as large as the one that they would like to sell.
Right.
So we try to make sure that if it has a blemish on it or something of that nature, it's still edible, but we just want to make sure that it's not used as compost. So they call us, and we have chicken factories and other places that when they have too much that they can't get out before it goes bad, they call us, and then we try to make sure that these families get this stuff when it's at date or before date, so that they can use it. And if you know, like anybody like me, my 2 sons, a gallon of milk that's gonna go bad in 3 days don't matter in my house because it's gonna get drunk in 2 days.
I heard that.
So we have plenty places in our community that can use, food that is at the date, and it's still some good. We just want to make sure that it's not trash.
Right. Well, Sam, let's talk about the business community. I know that from my perspective, we always have to have the support of the business community if we're going to get things happen. We're going to make things happen, particularly in terms of trying to drive down crime.
Yes.
So how are you all engaging with our business community?
Well, we are asking our business community to not only donate and give to FarmShare, hosting events and those type of things, but also, be willing to come out to our events to provide support to the folks that are sitting in line that are waiting. If someone is in line waiting on food, they have some other needs, maybe clothing, housing, or insurance, and things of that nature. So we ask agencies, and I tell people, hey, give me a call, look at our FarmShare calendar. You can see the different places in the community where we're gonna host a distribution. Reach out to those agencies and say, hey, I have some clothes that I want to give away, or I have something that I might be able to give to the folks that are coming to pick up next Saturday. Can I come out and participate? And then we try to figure out ways that our business community can donate or even purchase a truck to bring to the town that they live in, and work with our community leaders to get that food out. Because sometimes we don't have a lot of stuff to give away that we didn't get in, but we can purchase and order some things, from certain places that we can give out. So if the business community is interested in supporting and helping us, please reach out to FarmShare, tell them to call me, and I'll sit down and we can figure out a way.
We'll try to make that call. Sam, now, there may be other citizens out there that just would like to put a FarmShare on themselves. Do they just call you and make
They
it
just
happen?
call me, and if their church or if their agency is not an agency that represents FarmShare as of yet, I can walk them through the process of how to get vetted to become an agency, and then once they started come picking up, working with us, then we can start having the truck come to their church. But it's really just as simple as reaching out to me. And then we have some folks that are in areas like Jefferson County and some of those places where they don't have grocery stores. Madison they lost their grocery store. I try my best to find agencies to adopt communities. So we may have a church here in Tallahassee that's one of our agencies already, and I'll call and say, hey, we have a truck available. Will you mind donating that truck to Jefferson County? We're gonna have a FarmShare over at the Winn-Dixie Plaza, and a lot of times those churches and folks that are here in our community, they will support others. So it's just a matter of reaching out to me and let's figure out how we can work together.
In about 30 seconds, is there any FarmShare event taking place in the immediate future that citizens need to know about?
Yes, we're going to be over at Anderson Chapel off of Alabama Street over on Harlem. That's going to be on January the 15th. So that's our next FarmShare here in Tallahassee. And then on February the 7th, Marcus West and the Engagement Community Programming over at the county, they're going to host an event out at the Woodville Park on February the 7th. So those are our next two. And then we can't wait to get with you and Shonda and the team to figure out when the sheriff is going to do one.
All right. Thanks, Sam. Just ahead in our Deputy on Duty segment, two members of our leadership team, Captain Steve Burrow over the Internal Affairs and Brad Jarowski, the Director of Reentry.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything is in everything. Even when you think things could never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. And it's a danger you might not see coming. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. A fraction of a raindrop, or 3 grains of salt. Your drugs don't come with an ingredients list. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, or smell it, or taste it. Fentanyl is one of the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths. Know the dangers. Learn the facts about fentanyl and ways to protect yourself at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
On this segment of Deputy on Duty, the Leon County Sheriff's Office is getting to know their coworkers better.
My name is Brad Janowski, and I'm the Director of Reentry and Inmate Programs at the Leon County Sheriff's Office. So I had the pleasure of getting to know Captain Steve Barrow over the last several weeks and did a presentation in our command staff meeting to talk about all the things I learned about Captain Barrow. And I'm very impressed with his background and with his experience, and he's been at this a long, long time. And starting back in 1992 when he started as an explorer and worked his way up through the ranks as a law enforcement explorer, then he took a position with the Sheriff's Office as a communications officer and started his long and very distinguished career with the Sheriff's Office in that role. But he's done just about everything. He's went from patrol to traffic to investigations to his current role with accreditation, internal affairs, and professional standards.
I'm Stephen Barrow, Captain of Professional Standards Bureau, which includes internal affairs and accreditation. I had the pleasure of being paired with Director Brad Janowski, getting to know him a little bit. Brad has had an extensive career in corrections, but what stood out to me on his career path was the security roles he played, as far as being in a nuclear security access control area. He worked for the University of Wisconsin in event management, which really paired nicely, and that kind of, I saw, a connection there. His professional background really struck out to why he is really, picked for the role that he's in between the correctionals, the counseling positions that he's been in. But no, it was real good to, find some things that didn't know we connected on that we actually did connect.
Well, it was a team building exercise that was introduced by the sheriff and embraced quite well by the entire command staff. And we've been really impressed with the creativity of other team members and how they've presented the information that they've learned about their partner.
The showing that although we work in different areas, we have similar interests, we have similar jobs, we have similar goals, and not just similar, but a lot of the same goals as far as assisting people in need, no matter where they're at in the community, and trying to make sure that the quality of life is improved for everybody.
Well, not only just the conversations and getting to know Steve, but just for the entire command staff to be able to learn more about the people that sit around the table every week and have conversations about leadership and how we're leading this organization, and just getting to know folks a little bit more in depth and a little more personal, which has been just a great experience.
If you'd like to join the Leon County Sheriff's Office family, apply for a job today at leoncountyso.com. For Leon County Today, I'm Giovanni Hampton.
Another teenager, victim to fake pills. That smells like big crime that needs to be stopped. Before buying pills online, think about this. Should buying prescription pills be this easy? Did you know that fake prescription pills may contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal? Before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real.
Download the Leon County Sheriff's Office mobile app right now. Our mobile app makes it easier than ever to report a crime and get important safety alerts. And follow reported crimes in your neighborhood, all in one convenient location in the palm of your hands. Download LCSO Connect right now. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play by searching LCSO Connect. You can more details about the features of the app on our website, leoncountyso.com.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to Leon County Today. Talking about collaboration with Brad and Captain Barrow.
I tell you, I think our citizens will be in for a treat when they see exactly how much energy our staff have in terms of trying to do the various jobs that they have with respect to one being in internal affairs and the other being in reentry. And you would think that those two jobs wouldn't have anything in common.
Right.
But they'll see when they see this segment and meet these deputies, these employees, if you will, who are committed, no matter what their jobs are. They see, like some people operate in silos, but we in the Leon County Sheriff's Office try to look at the whole picture, and it's all about how we can better facilitate change in our community, change that not only impacts the individuals, but impacts the entire community. And when you hear these discussions that are taking place, it really tells you who they are.
Right.
And that's something we want to make sure that citizens identify with and see us, not simply as people wearing uniforms, but people who are engaged in trying to solve the issues and problems of Tallahassee, Leon County.
So insightful. That was, I mean, even I learned so much, you know, things that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So that was a very good conversation. And Sam, we have to get him.
Oh, Sam's
back
fantastic,
here.
isn't he?
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
is absolutely outstanding.
The Farm Share, that organization and what they're doing, they're never short of, you know, making sure that all families in need, whenever they need it, have those resources.
Absolutely. Great partners for us.
Absolutely. Great show today.
Thank you.
And welcome and Happy New Year again.
All right, all in.
All in. All right, everyone. We will see you again soon.